Good morning. It's good to have you with us. We start with a story that's been developing over the last hour and a half or so. A helicopter has crashed in Durban this morning. According to KwaZulu-Natal EMS, there have been 2 deaths. It's still unclear what caused the helicopter to crash into the Umgeni River. ENCA's Dasan Tathia is there and joins us now for an update. And Dasan, at this point, what do we know about the circumstances around the crash?
Very little to us because, as you would imagine, an investigation will now follow, and that's when the Civil Aviation Authority will have to be roped in. At this point, it's just speculation as well as the accounts of witnesses who saw the helicopter going down. We're on the bridge on the new Umgeni Interchange. Down here below me to my left is where that helicopter went down. It's there in the midst of this shrubbery at the bottom next to the river itself. And that tells you, to us, exactly how close it was to this very busy road when this tragedy struck. Reports have come in saying that it happened at about 8:30 this morning, but I'm going to bring in Gareth Jameson now from ALS Paramedics, who was one of the first on the scene. Gareth, thanks for joining me. When you first got the call, what were the accounts that were being shared with you?
Well, it was initially shared over multiple social media groups. I received a call personally of a witness where the gent said that he stays here and he actually saw that the helicopter had gone down. The only location he could give us was at the river on the over the N2 under the N2 bridge. So obviously multiple resources were dispatched to the scene. On arrival, it was absolute chaos. Where we're standing now was congested with people. Cars have blocked the entire lanes here. We managed to see through down there and obviously relayed messages through to multiple personnel, and they made their way through a factory next to China Mall and had to use boats to gain access. There's no road access at all, so we used boats to gain access to where the plane had gone down, and unfortunately they had found that 2 men had sustained fatal injuries.
That's very tragic, Gareth. Had they already passed away by the time paramedics had reached them?
Yes, I believe so. So when police rescue from SAPS and paramedics had arrived, their injuries obviously were too severe and they had passed away.
Are there any indications, as I mentioned to my colleague Tulas a little while ago, it's just really, the accounts of witnesses, and many people are speculating at this point, but from being on the scene earlier, did you pick up anything that could indicate what could be a likely cause?
It's unknown at this stage. It's obviously an investigation for the CIA now, and obviously SAPS, as it is a crime scene. Multiple witnesses are alleging multiple things, and it's unfair to speculate, even for family's sake, at this stage. So the proper investigation needs to take its toll.
I agree fully. Thank you very much, Gareth Jameson. As he rightfully said there, this is a very sensitive situation right now. 2 people have just passed away here, Tulas. There is some information coming through indicating that the pilot was being accompanied by a student at the time. But as we mentioned, we will have to wait for further details. This is an investigation that will be ongoing. But what is one of the tasks that are facing those on the scene now is to remove that wreckage from here below the roadside and actually bring it up to the roadway at the top before it can be removed.
Sure. All right, thank you for that. That's ENCA's Dasan Tathia live on the scene there of a helicopter crash. Look out for more of Dasan's reporting on that story throughout the day here on ENCA. A tragic morning it has been in KwaZulu-Natal with those 2 people dying in that helicopter crash. And as we piece it together, we will relay the information that we gather to you over the coming hours.